capo ahí. Dale, Pato, dale, dale, dale. Ahí va, dale, salen ahora, dale. No hay nada, Nico, no hay nada, no hay nada. No hay nada. Intenso con la bola. Con el balón, dale, 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 dale.
Welcome again to the third day of competition in this Tuto Marchand Cup, round-robin tournament. This serves as a tune-up for the teams that are going to be playing next week in the Olympic qualifying tournament in Mexico City, Mexico. 5 of the 10 teams that will be competing in Mexico are here for this cup. And the second game of the evening will be between two South American rivals, Brazil and Argentina. The first game of the evening was a win by Canada, 86-74 over the Dominican Republic. Canada, unbeaten so far in this tournament, 3-0. Dominican Republic, after losing to Puerto Rico last night and losing today, is 0-2. And these two teams are going to be seeing action tonight. Haven't won yet. Argentina 0-1. They lost to Canada in the first day. They got the night off yesterday. And Brazil is 0-2 so far, losing to Puerto Rico the first night, and then losing to Team Canada yesterday. So both teams in need of a victory tonight to stay in the fight for the Tuto Marchand Cup. This is the 5th edition of this tournament. The first 3 were won by Brazil. Puerto Rico won it unbeaten 2 years ago in 2013 at this same arena, the Coliseo Roberto Clemente. We're watching Argentina as they've been introduced to the public. The whole team Puerto Rico is not playing tonight. They have the night off. We see Federico Aguirre won't be seeing action for Argentina right there, wearing sandals. Chapu Nocioni, one of the veterans of this team, alongside Luis Escola. Otherwise, a very young team and very inexperienced in international basketball.
Con el número 27, Federico Aguirre. Con el número 29, Patricio Garino.
Patricio Garino is the only player from this team that plays college basketball in the state. He goes to George Washington University. The coach is Sergio Hernandez. Very accomplished international coach. Great winner at the local league, Liga Nacional de Basket. And now the Brazilian team, coached by another Argentinian, Rubén Magnano, is the head coach. Ricardo Fischer, one of the point guards for this team. Danilo is only 20 years old. He's another of the point guards. And this guy, Augusto Lima, is one of the top players. A great candidate to be an NBA player. Victor Benitez, the great shooter for Brazil. Again, a little bit surprising that Brazil, after winning the Pan American Games less than a month ago, are only 0-2, or they haven't been able to win so far in this tournament. So they are in need of a victory, and I know that Rubén Magnano has conveyed that message to his troops. JP Batista
Con el número 14, Viera Marquinos. Y con el número 15, Marcus Toledo.
And then Marquinhos and Toledo are the last two. And there's Rubén Magnano,
José Neto.
goal-winning coach with Argentina in 2004, the Olympics at Athens. And now the anthem for both nations.
That was la canción patriótica from Argentina, and now Himno Nacional Brasileiro, national anthem of Brazil. Coach now in his fifth year by Argentine Rubén Magnano. FIBA is for Brazil is ranked 9th in FIBA play. In Tuto Marchand play, Argentina leads the series against Brazil 2-1. But in hemispheric play, meaning FIBA Americas tournaments, Argentina has a 5-4 record against Brazil. Since Rubén Magnano took over, Brazil is 2-1 against Argentina. Robinson Aracena in the center from the Dominican Republic, Neil Downey on the right from Canada, and Puerto Rican Angel, is that Rana Martinez? Rana Martinez, you're a former player.
Yes, sir.
As one of the three refs. As we take a look at Sergio Oveja Hernandez's lineup. Quite the lineup, Carlos. It's a mix of the old leaders in Scola and Nocioni. Don't tell them I said that, call them old. And a bunch of youngsters trying to make their way international basketball.
Right, and some of those players, as I was saying before, with no international experience at all, representing their country.
No, this is not the Italian national team. It's the Argentine national team. Scola, La Provitola, Delia,
Nocioni.
Garino.
Yep.
And that is part of the heritage of this country that has so many ethnic groups that migrated to Argentina when the country was the 5th most wealthy country in the world in the 1920s and the 1930s. But now, and since then, they've of course had some basketball achievements worthy of note. As we take a look at Brazil, again, this is part of an effort by Rubén Magnano to not play with his NBA players. It's almost like if you make the NBA, you're off the team. Now he has about 40 players, some old, some new, including veterans like Marquinhos Vieira, João Paulo Batista, and younger players like Augusto Lima and Ricardo Fischer.
Yeah, this is a team that that will be ready in case that they need them for the Olympics next year. You know that Brazil is the only team that can say right now, besides the United States, oh, we are in. Oh, and Australia that just gained their spot last week when they beat New Zealand in their particular series in that area of Oceania. Yeah, but right now, Brazil if they would have to play without NBA players in the Olympics, they will be ready because these guys have been getting the experience that Rubén Magnano wanted to give them.
And I think that's going to be the brand new world in FIBA basketball when you have those 6 qualifying windows of tournaments, round-robin tournaments with regional or continental rivals. And for that, you're going to need players who are available, who are nearby, who know the system, and who are not going to be away in the NBA, and you're not going to have to call the NBA, hey, can I borrow this guy for a weekend? That's not going to happen. So smartly enough, they're making this move. You look at Gabriel Deck there in the middle, taller kid in the inside. He's 20 years old. He's part of that future. He did extremely well, Carlos, in under 16, under 17, and under 18 tournaments. But at this level, he's just finding his way against older men. Let's listen in.
Y ahí negale del todo. Y ahí recién lo llevamos al lado contrario. Vamos dos, no doble.
What did Oveja Hernandez say, Carlos?
Oveja was talking about defense. He was talking about some player that they're going to play 3 quarters of him trying to deny him the ball, and if he gets the ball, they're going to double team him while Mr. Magnano was talking about some diagramming some offense to start the game. So let's see how that goes.
Carlos, this is also puts in evidence, sort of on a showcase, the amount of great, talented coaches Argentina has produced in the last generation.
That's exactly right. As a matter of fact, in the tournament next week, the qualifying tournament for the Olympics in Mexico, there's going to be four Argentinian coaches.
Out of the 10 coaches deciding the 2 berths for the Olympics. Jose Neto, you see shaking hands here with Marquinhos, a wonderful coach of Flamengo. He's won all these championships. He's also, by the way, coached the national team when Magnano's not available or around. Typically in the South American championships, that's their chance. And for Sergio Hernandez, he's in Puerto Rico. He was supposed to be coaching here last year in the Pro League. This past season.
Yep.
That didn't happen for a number of issues. But now he's back in Puerto Rico coaching his homeland. Second time as the head coach of the Argentine national team, and Brazil wins the tip. Fischer will be guarded by La Provistola. Remember, Paco Campazo has a foot injury, and he's been ruled out of the tournament. They're just saving him for Mexico. He probably could have played some of these games. I don't want to risk it. As Batista misses, and Marquinhos grabs the offensive board and puts it in.
I was asking Campazo before the game how he's feeling. He said, "Oh, a lot better." Exactly your work. He said, "I could have played, but right now they're taking it easy with me, and they are giving me the time to heal properly."
Of course, you have to understand, in Argentina, with Nocioni and Skull on the court, they could be missing a limb and he'll play. Right? I mean, that's the attitude.
Yeah.
And that's why Argentina has done what it's done. Not just talent, it's not just great, unbelievable chemistry. It's been this incredible dedication to the national team, as they call it, the brotherhood of the, I say, camiseta, of the jersey. The jersey.
Yep.
As Skull grabs the rebound, La Provistola has a trailing dribble. Nocioni, playing as a 3 for the first time in 4 years, makes the 3. What a year for Chapo Nocioni in with Real Madrid in Spain.
He won everything that you can win. The preseason tournament, the Copa del Rey, the Euro League, and the league, the Spanish league.
As we have a travel violation on JP, João Paulo Batista. He's coming from a championship in the Pro A League in France. Look at this shot.
As we watched that 3-point shot by Nocioni.
Now, Real Madrid has great talent. It's tough to pick an MVP, but Nocioni has a way of influencing his team. Inside to Delia, outside to Garino. Pato Garino misses. The putback by Scola, no good. Quinho quick to attack the basket. Batista makes his shot. So Brazil now reduces the Argentine lead to 1. No messing around here, Carlos, with Benite on the starting lineup for Brazil. He did not start in the last game, started the second half. Not this time. Nocioni offline.
Yeah, that was a real bad shot. Was looking more for the foul than anything else, and the referees didn't.
He's still looking for the call.
Yeah.
He's working the referees early. You know how they wire athletes sometimes, Carlos?
Yes.
I would actually seriously look into doing a Kickstarter campaign to fundraise to get that done in the case of Chapo Nacioni. Yes. Augusto Cesar Lima was one of the great players, young players in the tournament, scores his first two. Brazil's back on top.
Of course, there would be a lot of editing.
That's okay. That's why it would cost money.
Yeah.
But it would be wonderful. It would be so wonderful. Scola against Fisher. And he draws the foul. He'll go to the line.
No, the Canadian referee is saying that it was before the shot, so he will have to take the ball out of bounds. And it's called like that. I took two steps already.
Wait a minute.
I had taken both steps towards the basket, and you're saying that the ball is going to go out of bounds.
Delia, a little bit more active than he was in the last game. Argentina lost to Canada and then rested yesterday. And they're back at it today, so they have games for the rest of the way tonight, tomorrow, day after. Ooh, two players have slipped. Garino being one of them, and Lima gets the rebound.
Both teams in need of a win here tonight. Brazil is 0-2, Argentina is 0-1. But only Argentina still has a chance to win this cup. Brazil, with the win by Canada earlier, Brazil cannot win the tournament. The worst that Canada can do is end up with one loss, and Brazil already has two.
I think Canada proved to be the top team between the two, Carlos. But were they surprised a little bit by Puerto Rico? Fine. Would that be the fair word?
Without a word, I mean, without
a doubt.
A doubt. You talked about a team that was beaten by 33 points the Pan American game. Puerto Rico was.
Slightly different personnel for both teams, especially for Puerto Rico.
But once you beat a team like that, you're not thinking about the personnel. You say that, oh, we got their number. We're going to beat them. We're not going to beat them by 33, but we're going to beat them by 15. And it was the other way around. Puerto Rico won by 13.
Argentina trying to regain the lead. A backdoor play. Too wide a pass. Puerto will be playing for Lietuos Ritas in the LKL. A rebound by Delia and a foul by Lima. You see the offline shot and look at Delia. Nice positioning. Carlos, is it just me? Do you share the view that Delia still, he's improving, but he still has a way to go, and you sense that he will get better?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Is it because of the center position?
He's too young. He's a puppy. He's just learning the international game. He needs to get stronger. He will get stronger.
JJ's getting stronger too, the official FIBA mascot. Always entertaining. Inside, but apparently deflected by Batista. Argentina has only 1 second to shoot.
1 second, yeah.
Now, Magnano, remember, he coached Nocioni and Scola. Oh, one-handed shot, but he draws no iron. And Benitez grabs a loose ball. Garino doing a very good job on Benitez so far.
And they're switching defense. Argentina is switching on the pick and roll. But Marquinhos couldn't take advantage of Delia in the perimeter.
Batista picks up the dribble. Short. Scola with a rebound. They're double teaming Scola. They're daring Delia to shoot, to do some damage offensively. That's a smart move. Banging, banging. Scola. It's high. The ball could have been tipped once it bounced off the rim, but Lima couldn't get it.
He tried to do it, but he couldn't get it.
And Argentina finally gets back in the lead after 4 straight points from Brazil. Low scoring affair here halfway through the first. Always looking to pass in this sequence was Benitez. Finally takes the shot. Nocioni. drives, draws the contact.
He won't be happy about this one either. Good pressure by La Provitola.
He really is. Benito runs the screen under it, and that left Benito a little sliver against the Leah, and he makes the shot. It's a three-pointer.
Benito, who hasn't been himself yet in this cup. I mean, he was deadly from outside and from almost anywhere during the Pan American Games in Toronto.
Scola inside to the Leah, who I don't know how you can be 2 meters 11 and hide, but that's exactly what Marcos Elia did. Ties the game at 9.
Yeah, you play behind the defense. You play close to the baseline. You're hiding.
Remember that game against Canada? Delia played the first 5 minutes and basically never came back. He's still on the court and he's producing. Delia now with his first 2. All open lane for Fisher. Lima, 5 seconds to shoot. It's in. Nice and easy. Brazil back on top by 2. High pick and roll, a switch. So Fisher guards Scola. And for Scola, that's a little easy.
Takes advantage of that. Hernandez is challenging his players right now to start playing more defense on this side of the court. Or better defense, I should say.
Foul by Lima, Carlos, but did you see the hops on Nocioni? He's 35 years old. He's got so many kilometers of play. Did you see that jump?
I saw it, and I have seen it. I have seen it many times from him.
It is one of the underrated aspects of Argentine success, Carlos. They're surprisingly athletic. Scola, of course, does not play over the rim. It doesn't matter for him.
No.
He's the master of the below the rim game. But Nocioni's rebound was huge. A timeout with a tie game at 11.
Están jugando. Step largo con Marcos. Cambio con Luis. Es probable que vayan a otra defensa después. Acá tenés que estar más alto siempre, no en el sueldo. Porque yo no quiero que confundas. Yo te digo sueldo y vos tenés que hacer un step. No. Estás muy profundo en los bloqueos indirectos. Entonces cuando el tipo recibe acá, te agarra muy abajo a vos. Si después hace esto, ahí te saca y te tira en la cara, Vení te la va a pasar muy poco. Vamos.
Estamos llamando a los pequeños. Hey, nos han tomado 3 rebotes en ataque ya. Delia nos está tomando rebotes en ataque. Delia.
Oh, you gotta love the FIBA timeouts. Absolutely.
Yeah,
what a treasure trove.
Coach McDonough is very, very mad because Argentina has taken 3 offensive rebounds, but it's not Argentina, it's Delia. Delia has taken 3 offensive rebounds. It's the way that he puts it to his troops. And then Sergio Hernandez talking about different adjustments that they have to make on defense so that Benitez won't be open when he comes off screen.
Oh, inside. Nocioni, but blocked by the rim, but also fouled by Marquinhos. That's the Canadian referee Donald who called that foul. Marquinhos first. And it's now the 4th for Brazil. Interestingly enough, Carlos, Argentina has no fouls. None. With less than 3 minutes to go. So what a year for him. You know, the word in Spanish that describes the quality that grew Real Madrid to hire Andrés Nocioni from Baskonia was carácter.
Yes.
And that, you could say character, and that just doesn't start really to fully describe that word. I guess it's attitude, toughness, devotion,
right?
All those things together. It's a very Argentine word. It's a Spanish word, obviously, but Argentines have given it that sort of shading, very subtle shading. And Nocioni is the poster board for that. As we see now, Mineiro take the court for Brazil. Nice play by Nocioni, denying the pick and roll. Slap out by Garina, but to the hands of Fisher, and the rebound now taken by La Provitola. Rafael runs the court.
He was the last one to touch that ball.
Yeah,
it was
Rafael.
deflected when La Provítola tried to get the ball to him, and then he touched the ball.
One other interesting observation as we see that play. Yeah, he couldn't corral it. That Sergio Hernandez made. He said Benitez not going to pass the ball.
Right. Yeah, after coming off the screen, you got to be closer to him because he won't pass the ball. That was what he was saying.
Marquinhos with a three. And Brazil regains the lead by 1. Sioni catches Marquinhos little asleep, and he makes no basket. The foul's before the shot, but it's Marquinhos the second, and now it's the 5th for Brazil.
That's going to be a difference. Although there are only 2 minutes left, less than 2 minutes left in the quarter, but Argentina, as you said before, yet to commit their first foul.
You know, he was talking to Magnano, Marquinhos was, and all of a sudden Sioni noticed. He goes, "Oh, really? Well, let me draw some contact." It's got 4 fouls, and that's what happens when you're 35, Carlos, and you know all the tricks of the trade. Makes the free throw. Hernandez also coached Nocioni in the 2008 Beijing Olympics when this team earned bronze. That had to be one of the greatest, if not the greatest achievement in Sergio's storied career. He'll be back with Peñarol this year after essentially taking a year off. He thought he was going to be coaching in Puerto Rico. That fell through, but it took a long time for that to sort itself out. He couldn't get another job at that time. He was already in charge of the national program.
He took two years off. He went to Brazil for 1 year. I mean, 2 years off of Peñarol.
Right. Foul by La Provítola chasing Fisher.
1 year coaching in the Brazilian league, 1 year that he had to take a forced sabbatical because he couldn't come to coach in Puerto Rico.
You know, Carlos, it's harder now for Argentine players to go to Europe, but it surprises me that there aren't more Argentinian coaches in Europe. Magnano tried it for a while in Italy and even in Spain. That didn't work. Sergio's been close to getting jobs in Spain, but they don't come through. Rumored to be going to Valencia also a couple of years ago. That didn't happen. A three by Toledo. Marcos Aurelius Toledo. Inside to Delia. Against Batista. The hook shot, it's good.
Good move by Delia, and great pick and roll extended play by La Provítola with Scola. Scola was the one that got the ball to Delia because he had a better angle.
Delia has 4 points now. He gives Argentina 10, 12, 13 points. Argentina's in business. Another shove by La Provítola. He does have that tendency, Carlos. He gets beat in an area that won't do you any harm, and he gives you that extra shove right in front of the ref.
Right.
So he commits a second foul. Nicolás Ricciotti comes in for him. Really the first substitution for Argentina with less than a minute to go.
And Ricciotti will be playing the point guard position. He's coming in for La Provítola.
Rafael Mineiro fakes the pass, gets the roll, and the foul.
Nice move by Rafael.
And it's Delia committing the foul.
Scola got there late. And Delia could have been, you know, he could have moved his feet a little bit more and tried to draw a charge, but he came late.
Wasn't Hernandez saying that he was the one that was a little bit too deep in the paint?
Yes, but that's in order to be able to recover with Benitez coming on the screen. Not necessarily in this situation.
And that three-point play gives Brazil the edge right now. Benitez guarding Garino. Oh, contact between Toledo and Nocioni.
And they're going to go for the double foul.
Double foul. Let's clear that up real quick.
It will be Toledo's first and Nocioni's
first as well. Remember, in that game against Canada, Nocioni got into early foul trouble, got a technical, and ended up leaving the game with fouls. Garino running through a bunch of screens. Benitez following him. Nocioni loses the handle. Here comes Benitez. Oh, fake Garino real well. And he didn't pass the ball.
Garino wanted to foul him at half court.
Last difference of a second between game clock and shot clock. As Hernandez calls the play, Ricciotti, who plays for Gran Canaria in the Endesa League in Spain. noción, he misses. Delia has to shoot. No time. Just in time by Patito Garino.
Nice pass. 2 seconds when he got the rebound. I'm talking about Delia. He had the presence of mind to make another pass, and Garino was open.
He played a full first quarter, did Marcos Delia, and in Argentina, they love that.
Look at this. He got the rebound with 2 seconds. Anybody else would have taken the shot there, but he had the presence of mind to make the extra pass.
So Brazil hangs on to a 1-point lead against great rival Argentina. As we take a look at the first quarter stats, look at the three-point shots by Brazil, but very much keeping them in the game. And the difference in rebounds, Carlos, I'm actually very surprised to see that. Argentina has doubled Brazil in rebounding.
That's right.
And remember, we heard Magnano say, how can you have Delia take 3 boards off you? As we also take a look at turnovers. Brazil has a level of confidence against Argentina that they just lacked against Canada in this game.
Yeah, it's a familiarity, and having played them twice already. Once in Brazil, which Brazil won, and then one in the Four Nations Cup in Argentina. And in that case was Argentina the winner.
Yes, and Technopolis, which is a sort of a hall, a big room that they use for a number of purposes, almost like a convention center outside of Buenos Aires. You're talking about the Super Desafío Brazil in Brasilia, where Brazil beat Argentina by 6, 67-61. And then in Four Nations, Argentina beat them, and that was Argentina's best game, running up to the Tuto Marchand. They beat them 82-68. Basically what you're looking at, these lineups, a very resounding win. They felt very good about themselves. That Salem Safar and Gabriel Deck, interesting set of players here. One thing that's very clear, Carlos, Luis Scola has taken Marcos Delia as his personal development project. If you take a look at images from the first quarter, Batista making the kind of shot he normally takes and makes. And we start the second quarter. Carlos Morales and Alvaro Martinez steal by Toledo against Deck. Nice defense, but he gets the foul and he gets the bucket.
Great play by Toledo. First stealing the ball away from Deck, and then going all the way to the basket to being able to gather himself here.
Their feet got tangled up.
Yeah, he finished the play and at the same time get the foul. Now this is a challenge for Ricciotti. I think that Ricciotti, who has the height to be a point guard, but he has never been a point guard. He's always a shooting guard. He plays in Spain. He's a very accomplished player, very talented, great athlete.
A great leaper.
Yeah, but he's not a point guard, and he has to play. If he's going to play international basketball, he will have to be a point guard. He's about 1 meter 80, or 5'11", maybe.
Maybe. Here he attacks Fisher. Hammer pass. Salem Safar offline.
Safar is a heck of a shooter, especially from that corner. You can see that he's a little bit rusty just coming into the game.
Delia lowers his center of gravity, and in that spin move by Batista, he loses the handle. Nicolás Ricciotti, his father Marcelo played at a high level as well. Typically, Marcelo writes a column for a local newspaper or website about whatever's happening with the national team. Ricciotti with a 3. He can do that, and the assist came from down in the low post from Scola.
His father, Marcelo, also has a radio show devoted to basketball.
Batista working on Scola. Oof, he's just muscling his way through, but he misses. No finesse at the end. Ricciotti in traffic. Delia almost traveled, but he kept his right foot planted. Oh, he cut to the basket. Ricciotti couldn't get that ball to him. Scola's trying to, and does, against Mineiro. Another hook shot, no good.
But even though he missed, and see Scola congratulating him, because you like that. You like the way that he goes to the basket and the way that he's fighting to try to score.
A little deep, though, in this shot by Fisher, what Hernandez was saying. He goes, you really shouldn't have to close out. They'll kill you with those 2-pointers. Chelsea drives baseline again. That's becoming effective for him in Argentina. Down 3 to Brazil. Scola flashes. Deck couldn't see him. A drive by the youngster, the 20-year-old from Kimsa, the Argentine champion, Gabriel Deck, with his first 2. That, Carlos, is going to be an interesting last cut for Argentina. Yeah. I don't know who that. I would assume it would be between Deck and Garino, but I'm not even sure. Benite outside to Toledo for the 3. Wide open. Off the bounce. Zafar gets the rebound.
So far, Richard is doing a pretty good job running the offense for Argentina.
A lot of shoveling on those screens. Scola using his right arm, the up and under, and he gets the foul. The foul is from Fisher.
A lot of contact there. There's traffic jams everywhere trying to cut through that lane.
Look at the left arm though. That was a foul though. Scola wishes he had made that one. Benito will take a seat, and so will JP Batista. So now we see Derek Ramos come in for the first time, as does Leo Mendel. You were mentioning some of the youngsters. We're here now.
They are.
And it'll be, we talked about Ricciotti handling the point. How about Ramos handling the point for Brazil?
Well, he's a point guard. He's a young point guard, but he's a point guard. I mean, in his case, he's playing the position that he's supposed to play. In the case of Ricciotti, as I said, he's making an adjustment.
Nocioni's in. Scola will take a breath. No, Luis stays. It's going to be D'Elia. So now Nocioni will play the usual position he's played lately, which is power forward. Deck will be the small forward. And they'll cut, nobody fouls him. And they're playing a zone.
Yeah, matchup zone.
Almost intercepted by Deck and a foul by Gabriel.
He was out of position trying to get the steal.
His hand in the cookie jar. Another substitution, the veteran, Guilherme Giovannoni, comes in for Rafa Mineiro. We have not seen Fede Aguirre play lately. And so he's not even dressed, apparently nursing a small slight injury. A foul by Giovannoni on Nocioni. Interesting. Oh, an interception.
Another interception by Toledo.
Off Deck, and Ricciotti takes the ball. Somehow, try to needle the thread the needle, but the foul's on Derek Ramos. You know, interesting observation by Oveja Hernandez, the coach for Argentina. He's asking the refs, hey, if you see a foul involving Nocioni, call it early. Otherwise, if you don't, it'll be a technical on my guy. He'll complain his way into a technical. Right. There's a timeout by Ruben Magnano. It's a tie game, 25 all, 6:43 to go in the second quarter. You have to love, Carlos, a coach that with a straight face makes that request, knowing that it's a humorous one.
He's trying to sell something that I'm not buying.
We take a look at the top scores. If you're going to call foul involving Nocioni, call it early, otherwise he's going to get a technical.
Right.
That's great. Yeah. Let's listen in.
Y acaba el pequeño aquí con un bloqueo, tiro de 3 puntos. Era chequear y volver. No, picar acá abajo. Si Escola va a jugar de alero, es porque quiere recibir ahí. Entonces suelta un paso para combatir ese bloqueo.
Very interesting, Carlos. There are so many non-Spanish speakers, or at least that, Portuguese speakers that don't really have familiarity with Spanish, that we saw that earlier before the game started. Magnano's using Ricardo Fisher as an interpreter.
To translate, yeah.
You call her, hey, Fisher, and then repeat what I just said, so make sure they get it. Make sure they understand what I just said in Spanish.
So he's not going to use his Portuñol tonight.
Nope. Or Portuguese.
Unless the game is tied at the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Oh, a beautiful block by Scola with his left arm. Here comes Ricciotti up front the deck. Watch out. He puts it down.
Yeah, he can do that.
Quickly, Mendel comes the other way.
They're going to run a play that he was diagramming for the small man to come out for the three-point shot. Let's see that. So Guilherme changes the route.
Johnny banging with Lima. Up and under. He's not even jumping. Guilherme. Short. Ricciotti looks to push. He's got Scola on the right. He finds him. It's in.
Nice pass for Ricciotti. So far, so good about Ricciotti trying to pass the test of being a point guard.
His father, Marcelo, will be talking about it on his radio show.
Yeah.
Very physical right now between Ricciotti and Derek Ramos. Launches a three. Short. Oh! Contact between Lima and Deck, and the foul is on Cesar Augusto de Lima as Tayave Galizzi makes his way to the scorer's table. He makes his first appearance in tonight's game. Beautiful block, by the way, by Scola.
Okay, Galizzi against Lima. I need to see this.
Well, without gloves. So this is going to be what? WW? No. This is going to be, what do you call that? The unlimited fighting? Ronda Rousey? What's the name of that thing?
UFC?
Whatever.
Yeah.
No gloves. No, look.
Oh my goodness, we're gonna miss a good one.
Spoil the fun.
Yeah, we're gonna miss a good one.
But wait a minute, wait. We still have Toledo and Nocioni. That may be part of the undercard.
Yeah,
here.
but I need to see the Galizzi against Lima. That will be the main event.
Minedo's no blushing bride here. They paired up with Tayave Galizzi. Again, in the first game, intercepted by Mendel. Bad pass by Ricciotti. Numbers for Brazil. Mendel finds Giovannoni. A foul by Galizzi.
Nice pass at the end there. And Giovannoni going hard to the basket. He usually doesn't do that. He likes to hang around the three-point area. Not much of a guy that likes contact. But here, he didn't mind the contact.
Boy, great play by Mendel, though. Drawing two Argentines and then dishing off to the veteran.
Guilherme Giovannoni.
Guilherme, always ready when his nation calls. You have to love a guy, 35 years old, played for Brasilia, started in Italy, actually Spain, Italy, came back to Brazil in 2002 to play for Pinheiros, back to Benetton Treviso in Italy, finally back to Brazil as Nocioni ends up massaging Toledo's Adam's apple.
Toledo was going to get his third steal of the game there, but the ball went out of bounds.
There's some crimes against humanity going on underneath the basket. Deck with a beautiful contortion.
Good pass by Nocioni, better shot by Deck.
He had to turn around to see where the defense was coming, and then he turned and calibrated his shot. Beautiful shot by Deck. Again, he'll surprise you. They'll surprise you with how athletic they are. They may not necessarily look the part, but they do have capabilities as Mendel goes in. Another beautiful play by Leo Mendel. Argentina up by the minimum.
This is a very good game. This is a well-played game so far.
It's an exclusive trip in the travel.
They have everything. They have a lot of contact. He has good ball movement, good defense. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far.
Ricciotti and Fisher. Attacking the basket. Oh, he shoved Ricciotti. There was no foul there. Was there no foul? There was contact.
He said that he flopped. He's what he's telling Sergio Hernandez. Yeah, he flopped. Oh, wow.
Safar can't get a shot off. He gets a foul, and he almost makes the long two, the fouls on Leo Mendel. So then Safar would go to the line.
Good fake by Safar. Mendel knows that Safar is a great shooter. Again, these two teams, they know each other so well. So he knew Safar was a good shooter. He tried to deny the three-point shot, and he went for the fake.
Born in Mar del Plata, Argentina. He's 27 years old. Played for Quilmes, which is one of the two teams in Mar del Plata, along with Peñarol. Then played for Olimpia de Venado Tuerto. This is one of my favorite city names. This is the one-eyed deer.
Yeah.
That's the name of the city.
Right.
One-eyed deer. Venado Tuerto. Then he played for Ciclista Juninense. Second free throw by Safar. Argentina ties the game at 32. The judge is really making Fisher work to advance the ball on the court. Giovannoni loses the handle on the hesitation. Dribbles against. Oh, beautiful up and under. And he gets the foul and the double. Little Weil and Guile from the veteran.
Yeah. Nocioni is the one that goes for a fake.
You know, Carlos, how many times do you think Giovannoni and Nocioni have met each other wearing their national team shirts, whether it's an exhibition, a tournament like this one, or more regional or national? It's got to be
at least 15 years.
But it's got to be in the what, 50 times maybe?
Maybe, yeah.
Not always facing each other, meaning one playing a different position from the other. As Nicolás Brusino, talented shooting guard, the ball's intercepted by Giovannoni, comes into the court. Brusino tries to strip the ball. Giovannoni recovers, back to him. Fisher is now guarded by Tayabe Galizi. Plays for Quilmes. Tough shot by Fisher, in and out. Deck with the ball. Ricciotti flying. He can jump. Oh, he got hammered on the way to the basket. I think the foul's on Mineiro. Nope, the foul is on Giovannoni.
Look at this. Look at the leaping ability of this kid. Oof, wow. And of course, when you get fouled up there, it gets really scary, you know?
There's a long way. It's long. You have a long way to go. Down. Nico will go to the line from Bahia Blanca. Can you tell our viewers?
Well, don't say that they are the capital of basketball in Argentina.
You said you said that.
I'm saying that because
you're gonna get in trouble.
Our friend from Cordoba are going to write to us right away, telling us, no, it's Cordoba.
Well, look, I visited Bahia Blanca. Had the pleasure of visiting it right before the Olympic qualifier in 2011. It was a wonderful stay. Got some great memories. But the thing that strikes you is in a football-mad country.
There you go.
Where football is the number 1, number 2, number 3 sport. Basketball may be fourth.
In Bahia Blanca, basketball is the main sport.
Absolutely. As we see Mendel score with the left hand at the buzzer.
And some people in Cordoba will tell you the same thing, that in Cordoba, basketball is the main sport.
You have a timeout from Sergio Hernandez. He's down 3 to Brazil. Leo Mendel scoring with both hands, this time with the left hand, off the drive.
Nice move by Mendel.
Nico, no hagas sistemas de base natural. Haz sistemas que a vos te ayuden. Transición 1. 13, 14 como transición, que vos pases la bola y te metas en una vorágine de juego, sin balón, que te lleva más a tu posición natural de escolta, te metes en problemas. Cabeza, 4, son sistemas que te obligan a tener mucho tiempo la bola en la mano, que te obligan a dirigir el juego que no es tu fuerte. Entrá y jugá vos también como parte del juego. Y basta de bandeja, hermano. Llevan 6 puntos de Leo más el full y gol de bandeja de Guilherme. 10 puntos de bandeja en la cara en medio cuarto.
Beautiful, beautiful timeout by Sergio Hernandez. He started addressing Nicolas Ricciotti, who's playing out of position as a point guard.
Yeah, and he was telling him, listen, don't call plays where you have to have the ball in your hands and be the director.
And don't complicate matters.
You play to your strength. Pass the ball, wrong place where you, in transition, where you pass the ball, you move, and you start being a shooting guard right away.
And you actually play off the ball, which is your natural position.
Yes. And the other thing is, hey, no more layups. I mean, these guys are making, they have like 10 points in layups already.
Especially that Leo guy, he said, referring to Mendel. David Galisi just lost the handle on the way up. Mendel, that Leo guy, brings it up for Brazil.
And he's going to go for another layup.
Wow, he drove against Ricciotti, and Ricciotti was the last one to touch it. And apparently, Mendel is stroking his right knee. Galisi will go to the bench. Delia's back in the game for Argentina. Went for the ball. Ricciotti went for the ball, but couldn't keep it. Benitez back in the game. He launches a three. Long rebound back in the hands of Brazil. Derek Ramos and Benitez together. Giovannoni thinks he can have.
Yeah, I got news for him.
Ramos. Shooting with another leaping rebound. Brusino brings it up.
I would love to see that. Giovannoni is usually a player that likes to play in the perimeter. He doesn't like to post up, but he sees Deck and he said, hey, you know, I can't take this guy down low.
The kid, huh?
Yeah.
A miss by Nocioni off the three. Ramos. Over
great pass.
Benitez, and it's a backdoor pass. Touched, though, by Brusino with his long wingspan. Ricciotti inside Brusino. Very active. Delia facing the basket against Giovannoni outside the deck.
Very aggressive. Delia is looking for his shot.
Deck's got an open lane. Back to Delia again. But he's short on the shot. And the ball goes out of bounds. It belongs to Brazil.
But you see that Delia has been asked to be more aggressive, that try to look for his offense, and he's doing just that.
You get the feeling that they've been doing that for the last 48 hours. As Argentina had the day off, working on him, and it's paid off. It's been the best game so far in this tournament. He now tries to protect the rim against Mendel. Mineiro over to Guilherme.
That was a flop by Guilherme.
Yeah.
He threw his body into Nocioni.
16 seconds.
He could have been called for an offensive foul. He's lucky he wasn't called for an offensive foul.
Or a technical for flopping. Brusino for three. In and out. Ramos with the ball, 2 seconds to shoot. That is the end of the first half. Another great game between these two rivals. Brazil leading Argentina by 3, 37-34 at the end of the first half. A very entertaining game so far. And of course, we have to apologize, Carlos. We do not have FIBA stats in our position. That's why we've been a little bit remiss in keeping you posted on trends going on, because system's down.
It is.
37-34, Brazil beating Argentina at the half. As we take a look at these first half stats, again, Argentina dominating the rebound category, 21-13. But Argentina has 8 turnovers. Again, part and parcel of having Ricciotti sometimes at the point and other sloppy turnovers along the way. Argentina has lost both quarters, but by a slim margin. No team really has run away from this game at any point of the game.
As I was saying before, that it's been a pretty well played game in terms of good defense, good ball movement, and even with Ricciotti playing the point guard position, I was surprised how well he did, although Coach Hernandez won't agree with me.
Brazil taking advantage of those turnovers. As we look at the leaderboard on rebounds, Brazil has scored 9 points out of those 8 Argentine turnovers. Argentina has only scored 3 points out of the 4 that Brazil's handed to them. And there's a little difference in bench point, because I have to say, Carlos, this is how much the game means. It's a really meaningless game for both teams. Terribly meaningless. And yet, Argentina has had a fairly tight rotation here. They had a couple players play a few minutes. Calisi 3 minutes, Brusino 3 minutes. But it's been Scola, Nocioni, Delia, and then Garino and Deck playing some heavy minutes.
I think, Alvaro, that the game is meaningless for Brazil. It knows already after Canada won earlier that they cannot win the cup. It is not meaningless for Argentina, though. It's meaningful because if they win today, if they don't lose anymore, they could end up winning this tournament.
As we take a look at first half highlights, Nocioni with 3. Argentina from three-point land has only scored 2 out of 8. Batista, long-range shot. Batista right now with 2 points and 2 rebounds. Luis Escola with his crafty self scores again. The captain has 9 points and 5 rebounds in the first half. Benite, a long 3 off the screen. It's good. Brazil scored only 3 out of 10 threes, and Marcos Delia playing a great first half. Lima has been a little quiet, Carlos, in this game. Only 4 points and only 2 boards.
He has been quiet almost the whole tournament so far.
Compared to Toronto.
Yes. In Toronto, he was, he was shooting the lights out.
Well, partly because of the personnel here, as we see Fisher stumble on a wet spot, but they still make points out of it. Mineiro gets the bucket and the foul here in the drive to the basket. Now Delia with a beautiful bounce pass to Garino, and Garino at the last second makes the basket. Deck went to sleep. Toledo took advantage of it, and he drew the foul.
Toledo was very aggressive on defense and offense, and he was good for the Brazilian team. Remember, he didn't play in the first game against Puerto Rico. He played sparingly against the other night against Canada. But tonight he has been one of the top players so far.
Garino with another nice attack to the basket. A block by Scola. By the way, ended up knocking down that end wall. There's Scola for you. Chotti, Luis. Part of his 9 points. And then Mendel also had a nice second quarter. He gets the assist. Giovanni gets a foul and the bucket. Mendel ended up with 4 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. Two of his 4 points here. And then Fisher driving against Ricciotti. A nice fake against Nocioni.
And Mendel can drive right, and he can drive left, too.
Derek Ramos having the last word, but he didn't even draw iron, and that is the end of the first half. 37-34, Brazil beating Argentina at the half. We'll be back with more Tuto Marchand Cup action at the Coliseo Roberto Clemente in San Juan, Puerto Rico, with the third quarter.
Let's get ready to rumble.
No, mumble. Back at Roberto Clemente Coliseum in San Juan, Puerto Rico. This is game 2 of day 3. We still haven't lost track of the Tuto Marchand Cup. Argentina trying to get its first win. So is Brazil. But with Canada's win today, 3rd win, Brazil cannot win this tournament. Still, they would love to beat Argentina. And I believe, Carlos, that you're saying, well, maybe Brazil has lost any sense of sort of extra motivation. I don't know if Ruben Magnano wants to lose to Argentina any game whatsoever.
No, you're right about that. I was just saying that it is not a meaningful game for Brazil in terms of trying to win the championship, but they're playing Argentina. What extra motivation you need?
And for Magnano, of course, being an Argentine coaching in Brazil, I have to tell you that the CBB, the Brazilian Basketball Confederation, paid Magnano the ultimate compliment, not only hiring him. It's been 5 years in that job, Carlos. He was telling our colleague Carlos Rosa, the Puerto Rico paper of record, El Nuevo Dia, that he never thought he'd be there 5 years. He just had no sense that it was going to be this good, this comfortable, that he was going to be this supported by the Federation, and that he could actually take this project where he's taken, and he's not done yet. He's not done yet. In other words, I think the next step for Magnano, Carlos, you're beginning to see that in this tournament. You saw it a little bit in Toronto. I think he's going to start getting his coaches a chance to run a timeout, get him a little bit more involved, where he can actually go do a little bit more administrative work, especially with the younger categories in Brazil. Batista misses the first shot of the second half. Now, Provítola back in the game. After playing only 9 minutes in the first half, he has no points and he loses the ball. Another turnover for Argentina. Fisher going around the world. Marquinhos, no good as Brusino starts the second half for Argentina.
In place of Delia. That means that Nocioni is back in at the 4th position and Scola playing as a center.
Garino making all the way to the basket, but it's no good against Benítez. Carlos Morales, former Puerto Rico national team head coach. Alvaro Martin joining you. Beautiful pass.
Yes, sir.
And Benítez won't miss a shot like that. How long till Benítez is whisked away from the Brazilian league? I mean, it's a matter of time. Playing for Flamengo, a 3-time Brazilian NBB champion. Scola, bad pass, another sloppy turnover. La Provita had no chance to get that ball.
Wow, they have a big height advantage down low with Marquinhos against La Provítola.
And they somehow can't capitalize. La Provítola with a 3. It's good for Nicolás La Provítola.
Feels very comfortable playing against Brazil. He's almost Brazilian already.
He did play for the Brazilian league. Now he's going to be playing for Lietuvos Rytas in the LKL in Lithuania. Batista short again, but he grabs the ball off the hands of Nocioni and he makes the basket. Brazil's up by 4 at the start of the 3rd quarter. Pato Garino is going to be playing his senior year at George Washington University in the NCAA. He's getting also some interesting minutes here. Who's going to get cut, Carlos? From the Argentine squad right now, they have 13 players and a foul on Scola.
I think it will have to do more with health than, you know, trying to go with any technical or tactical aspect right now. Because you know that Facu Campas is going to play. You have to keep an eye on Fede Aguirre, see if his injury will allow him to play in Mexico. Again, in other words, 10 games in 13 days, which is brutal.
Brutal. I mean, I guess the economics of a tournament like that dictate that they play so many games, but it's absolutely brutal. And this man was the MVP of 3 out of the last 4 hemispheric tourneys in the Americas. Luis Scola. He will go down as one of the greatest FIBA players in history, Carlos. He'll be on that list. I'm not sure that, I don't know how long or deep that list has to go for his name to be in there. Probably not that long.
No, definitely not.
Beyond the fact that he's played so many games, he's got to be in the top 10, if not the top 5 in games played. Just his accomplishments are incredible. As Marquinhos gets closed in by Nocioni, and that shot was not on time. That shot was not on time, but
the referees are saying that the basket counts.
It does. And Hernandez is saying, I cannot believe you. Carino posting up Benítez. Benítez gets some help, and the ball's loose. Another turnover. Mineiro blocked and fouled by Nocioni.
Great defense by Benítez down low. Carino was trying to take advantage of his height on Benítez, and he just stripped the ball away from him. And then he pushed the ball ahead, and Rafael will go to the free throw line after being fouled by Andres Nocioni.
And that's the third on Andres. Rafa Mineiro, 27 years old, younger brother of Jefferson Rodriguez, played in the Brazilian League as well. He began with Ribeirão Preto, and then he went on with Franca. And then he went on to Brasilia, which is Guilherme Giovannoni's team in 2009-2010. Moved on to Minas, and then ended up with Paulistano. And Paulistano, Carlos, is head coached by an assistant of Magnano, who is now handling some of these timeouts, especially the defensive instructions for the team. And that would be Gustavo de Conti, who's 35 years old. As Mineiro, sorry, Scola makes the basket. Rusino makes the basket. Check that. At that point, I only had 7 more games names to go.
Yeah. It pays to look at the game instead of your notes, Alvaro.
Carino with a foul, the second one for Argentina. Strip by Mineiro. And the putback by Rusino.
Nice move. Nice move. That's an NBA move right there with Rafael. Turn around hook shot. I mean, Hakeem Olajuwon will be proud of that move.
Abrida misses on the crossover. Nocioni has to aim and shoot very long 3, and he misses with 9 seconds in the shot clock. Very unlike Argentina. We know that Sergio wants to pick up a pace a little bit on this team.
Yes, but he's mostly fast breaking and trying to get a shot in the first 5 seconds.
Not once you're set up in the half.
Exactly.
Laprovítola lifts the ball, misses. Scola can't handle. Carino comes up with it. Back to Luis. He's got the angle on Batista, and he gets the foul.
Yeah, once he gets that first step and he lowers his shoulder like that, he won't be stopped unless you foul him.
Batista commits his first, and it's a second one for Brazil in the quarter.
And now Leo Mainoldi is checking into the game
for Rusino.
So they will have an extra shooter at the 4 position. Nocioni will be back at his normal 3 position.
It was a comeback year in the NBA with the Indiana Pacers for Luis Scola. Played more minutes, was much more efficient. His PER increased dramatically, made 70% of his free throws. When he was in Europe, Carlos, he played in 3 consecutive EuroLeague Final Fours. 3 between 2005 and 2007. Carino really pursuing Benítez.
Yeah, Benítez moving well without the ball, but Carino is right with him. And now Marquinhos taking the outside shot.
Marquinhos right now is making 2 of 3 three-pointers. He's got 8 points. Balanced scoring for Brazil. Inside to score. He's got the angle, but he just didn't recognize it. Garino inside out. Another assist for the captain. Garino with a three.
Garino has to make those shots. Benitez took a gamble there because he knows that Garino is not a great three-point shooter, so he went down to double team Scola.
Marcos Mata, who would have played that position, probably the starting small forward for Argentina, had a thigh injury, and he will not play in either tournament. A quick turnaround by Nocioni gets the bucket, and Argentina now closes in on Brazil with 4 minutes to go. They're down 2 against the Brazilians. Mata will be playing for San Lorenzo, which is an old soccer powerhouse, football powerhouse. As Scola strips back inside. Oh boy. Wow. So that's going to mean that Batista gets the bucket, and La Provitola knows violently fouled JP Batista's elbow.
That's right. That's exactly right.
It was just violent. It was brutal.
His nose got in the middle.
I mean,
and La Provitola dice, ¿cómo? How? The foul is on me?
I mean, you could have seen that on radio. Certainly could have heard it. As we have a timeout, Brazil is up by 4.
How can that be a foul on me?
Let's take a look. Batista had position on him. The ball was loose. Very smart play by Fisher. A little bounce. Watch this. That's an elbow to the beard. Must be a very abrasive beard. Let's listen in. That young man is De Grotti, the blonde kid on the right.
Lo que está demolido en un yo-yo tiene que ver qué características tiene el jugador. Hey, la próxima bola, del lado izquierdo, cabeza, Benítez, cabeza, pasamos el balón, limpa, todo el mundo limpa, 1 contra 1.
Well, the first thing that Rubén Magnano said was that
he turned to Vitor Benítez and said, hey, Garino's a great shooter. Let's listen to Sergio.
Chapu y Pato van a defender mejor el perímetro ahí, más fuerte. Y acá arriba es el tema que tenemos que naturalizarnos. ¿Sí? 5 bajo puede ser una buena opción si tienen comportamiento completo. Dentro, toco y corto. ¿Estamos?
5 down is the play that is diagramming Sergio. He says that we get the ball inside, we screen, and we cut to the basket. But going back to Rubén Magnano, he was asking the assistant coach, where is Nocioni playing? They said he's playing the 3. So Brusino is playing the 2, right? But Brusino is out of the game right now.
Indeed.
So he was a little bit lost at that timeout.
He's playing the 2. Is it Garino playing the 2 at this point? Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Scola. Inside to Leo Mainoldi. For Kimsa, the champs.
That's not his strength right there.
Scola with a pat back. Here comes Garino with a drive over to Scola. That's his shot. It's good. He's Scola now. It's Argentina.
See how he kept his hands up? He got the ball there, and from there he put up the shot. He never got his arms down.
Brazil up by 3. 3 minutes to go in the third. Batista going to work in his office. La Provitola going to guard both Batista and Fisher. Giovannoni up and under. Tough shot. No good. Rebounded by Scola. Scola now with 14 points and 7 rebounds. On his way to a double-double. La Provitola. It's good.
Great move by La Provitola.
Fisher around the world. What a job Garino's doing on Benitez.
Yes, he's doing a great job.
Beautiful shot, a 3-pointer by Giovannoni, even though Mainoldi was closing on him.
2 players are very similar, although Mainoldi is a lot younger than Giovannoni, but they are what they call the stretch 4. Guys that earn their money playing outside, shooting 3-pointers.
And yet defensively, they normally would have played the fourth. We see what? A technical foul.
On Nocioni.
Wow.
He was asking for it.
And that will be Nocioni's fourth foul and the second technical he draws in as many games.
And now he's getting the second technical foul.
And he's chucked out of the game.
So 2 technical fouls on Nocioni, his 4th and 5th personal foul. Remember, in FIBA basketball, a technical foul is also a personal foul.
And finally, Gabriel Deck gets out of the bench. Took a while to get the order, as we see Nocioni trying to cool down. Benitez will take the technical foul shots. Makes the first. He's the captain right now, Carlos. Benitez. Yes, tribute to his work. Especially in Toronto, he had a great series. 83% with Flamengo, 88% in Toronto. So he's a lock. It was also interesting and almost heartwarming how at the end, when Brazil made the final game, and even when they lost against the Canadians, I mean, they beat the Canadians, I'm sorry, got the gold, how Magnano really warmed up to him. He has a real special spot for Benitez. Fisher comes off the screen and he puts it in.
Such a nice move by Fisher, coming off the screen and being ready to take the shot. If the defender goes below the screen, that's exactly what you need to do.
Now Provitola with a 3. In and out. Rebounded by Toledo. Up ahead to Giovannoni. Lines up a long 2. It's in!
Great moment for Brazil. They open up a double-digit lead right now, 61-51.
And they're just feeling it, Carlos. They're not waiting to shoot. They're shooting early in the possession. They know they're in rhythm. Mainoldi inside to Scola. Drives against JP, no good. They're all falling on the right side of the rim for Scola now.
Sergio Hernandez already asked for a timeout as soon as there's a dead ball.
Vitor Benitez launches a 3. No good. The last one to touch it was Toledo. It belongs to Argentina with 35 and 0.8 of a second. Timeout, Sergio Hernandez. Team is down by 10. This is Brazil's largest lead with less than a minute to go in the third quarter. As we take a look at the leaderboard, Scola working on a double-double. He also has 4 assists. Unbelievable game. Nocioni's fouled out with 2 technical fouls. That's an old habit of Nocioni.
Yeah, you know.
What has he accomplished now?
Right. Let's listen to Sergio Hernandez.
Es lo que vamos a hacer ahora. Es como un 0, pero en lugar de recibir un bloqueo diagonal, recibís el de los 2 perimetrales. No. Es en transición ahí, se hunden los 2 aleros, se juntan abajo del aro. Primero Deck, segundo Garino, te meten 2 bloqueos ahí. Bien concreto el juego porque estamos secos arriba, no podemos seguir con los sistemas naturales. Garino sale por Mainoldi, ¿sí? Y Deck lo sacás a Mainoldi otra vez. ¿Sí? Garino sabe sobre Mainoldi y vos lo sacás a Mainoldi.
In transition, Coach Hernandez wants a double screen for Scola.
They're both small forwards, he said.
Yeah.
Which would be Garino and Deck, or Garino and Mainoldi.
No, Garino and Deck.
And Deck.
And Scola was asking, what is this? And he says, what we're going to do right now, is this part of our offense? No, this is new.
And he goes, the reason why is we're a little dry from the perimeter. We're not making decent shots as we have.
They're going to be even drier now, yeah, because the ball went off La Provitola's leg after the pressure by Brazil. So that's a wasted timeout right there.
It was so early, they could run that play if they wanted to again.
Well, they will have, if Brazil plays this the right way, they will have like 5 or 6 seconds to attack the basket afterward.
Deck guarding Marquinhos back in the game.
Fouled by Guarino there. He's been doing a good job on Benitez trying to deny him the ball, but now he got too close. And Brazil is in the bonus.
Yes, indeed. 5 fouls.
So yeah, we might see that play that Coach Hernandez was diagramming after all.
Derek Ramos in for Brazil, as Benitez will take another foul shot. So it was really amazing to see Magnano hug, smile at Benitez. I mean, they had won, but Magnano, I'm sure he has the loyalty of his team. They love him, but he won't show a lot of emotion.
But usually coaches do when they win. When it's all over, it was in that Pan American Games, you can show some emotion.
A foul by Mendel. He was grabbing Guarino. And
that's only the 13th foul for Brazil in this quarter. So they still have another one to give if they want to.
Scola breaks the pressure, crosses the midcourt,
which takes them away from the play that they wanted to run.
Navarrete with 3 turnovers. Another pass.
Toledo is doing a great job anticipating passes. He already had 2 steals in the first half, and he might have had 2 more. He's deflecting passes. That's a good start for Pitino.
Yes, he does.
He loved the
he gave a dissertation last night about it. We can talk about it in the 4th quarter as we have 6 seconds to shoot and 6 seconds to go. Scola to Guarino for the open 3. Good.
The second 3-pointer of the game, and he's not known for that.
And now they'll enter the 4th quarter down by only 9 with Chapu Nocioni out with double techs and 5 fouls. Beautiful setup. And another assist, number 5 for Luis Scola. Nocioni leaves the game with 9 points and 5 rebounds. But Brazil beats Argentina for the moment by 9 after 3. As we take a look at the 3-quarter stats, remember how Terry was describing their 3-point shooting as dry. It's not that dry. It just feels that they're not getting anything out of it. The rebounding advantage is there, but Argentina's handing Brazil opportunities over and over again.
Even though Argentina is shooting a better percentage than Brazil right now, 49% for Argentina, 46% from the field for Brazil. But as you said, they're giving them so many opportunities.
And let's not even talk about the bench, Carlos, for Brazil. We talked about Argentina playing with a short bench this game for some reason. Brazil outscoring the Argentine reserves 27-14, almost doubling their output. As we look at the scores, Nocioni out, 9 points, 5 rebounds. And the points off turnover still favors Brazil 9-3. It's becoming an issue in this game as we open up the 4th quarter with a 9-point gap between these two.
So Scola is still 1 rebound away from the double-double. I think he will get it by the end of this night.
Fisher, Benitez, Giovannoni, Toledo, and Lima on the court for Brazil. And by the way, Carlos, it's getting evident at this point after the defeat yesterday by the Brazilians against the Canadians. It was Fisher who Magnano selected to go with him to the press conference. The ball was deflected last by Giovannoni. And now he's getting some major minutes here. Almost 25 minutes so far at the start of the 4th. Another deflection. We talked about Pitino, Carlos. He describes deflections as 5 possible categories. Let's see if I can get them right. A steal, a 50-50 ball. Considers that a deflection or a tip ball. A block. Let's see.
A tip from behind.
An actual deflected pass that goes out of bounds, and then the tip from behind.
Yeah.
He says that when a team, in his experience as a head coach, as we look at the rugged play here between Lima and Scola, when a team in 40 minutes can add up 40 such plays in one game, they win 95% of the time. And in that 5%, he said, again, he's measured it statistically, teams that escape that onslaught of 40 tipped balls have made 13 to 14 threes. In other words, they've had a lights-out shooting night.
Right.
As Ricciotti drives and gets fouled by Benite. And he said that last night Puerto Rico ended up with 35 deflected balls against Dominican, which allowed him to come back and win that game. And the only other time that team under him had as many, he had 41 in one of the original beatdowns of the Puerto Rican national team against his Louisville Cardinals in one of the preparation games in the run-up to this tournament.
And that's the reason why I was saying that he would love to coach Toledo, because Toledo is always trying to, if he doesn't get the steal, at least he's deflecting the ball.
Inbound pass, 14 seconds in the possession. Finally, La Provitola gets the ball inbound.
So Nico Ricciotti is now playing his natural spot as a 2-guard.
They double Scola, and Deck goes against the backboard. He can't make it. Mainoldi can corral the rebound. Ricardo Fisher has it for Brazil. Ricciotti is just... Ricciotti knew that Fisher wanted to screen Scola, and he just literally shoved him out of the way. Lucky he didn't get the foul. Handoff, floater, it's good by La Provitola. Nice assist, number 6 for the captain.
Yeah, good play there. It was like a relay. He got the ball at the top and then passed the ball to the cutter, who was La Provitola. And that is a backdoor play, almost the same play that we saw the other end.
Ricciotti, oh, he fell hard.
Foul calling and sportsmanlike foul on Toledo.
Ricciotti just gets up and shakes himself off, and in sportsmanlike, yeah, he took him out of balance. Hip checked him, took him out of balance. And that's Toledo's second foul. Toledo sat out the first game. But again, nothing to do, we understand, from any injury or issue. They're rotating players. Had you seen that in the Marchand Cup before?
Yeah.
Not due to injury, I mean.
Yeah, all the time, because what happens is that since the team they haven't made they haven't made the final cut yet. They bring 13, 14, some teams bring 15 players, and what they want to do, you can't be playing 15 players and at the same time giving everybody the time that they deserve and try to win the game. So you go to for 11 or 12, so you have to give the night off to somebody.
Scola. Nobody's missed a lot of chippies now. Very close to the rim, he's missed. Scola. Also playing heavy minutes. He is now 5 of 12. Oh,
offensive
boy.
foul. That's an offensive foul.
And this time the beard didn't commit the foul on the outstretched arm of Ricardo Fisher.
We'll see it right away here. See how he's pushing La Provitola out of the way. One side is called by Sergio Hernandez. That's the offensive play that he wants to run right now. And he wants it quick.
Foul underneath by Marquinhos, chasing Gabriel Deck. Not at his point guard. Hernandez is. Mainoldi. It's a 2, a long 2 for Leo Mainoldi, who's grimacing as if he got hurt.
No, he's mad at himself because he didn't go to the three-point area for that shot.
Fisher. Behind the back to Lima. It's been quiet. He attacks the basket, tips it in, mistimed his jump. Here comes La Provitola. He's got Ricciotti up front, but they really took away all of his options on the fast break. Great move by Brazil.
Great transition defense.
Yeah. Deck, baseline. He's fouled by Giovannoni. Just blew right by Giovannoni. Had no choice but to give him a foul.
You can see that the Brazil is very well drilled in stopping the fast break. They put that as a point of emphasis, and they work on that on every practice.
There's a timeout by Ruben Magnano. His team is up by 6 with 7 minutes to go. Guilherme Giovannoni commits the foul for Brazil, the team's 5th.
Não fale que ele já sabe.
Aquele lado, ¿sí? Aló, vamos a cortar. 3 o 2, viene, va a ficar. 3, 2, 4, 5, 5, 4. José o él. 7, corte, acá. Tenemos, jogamos. No tenemos, venimos aquí. Jogamos 2 por 2.
Aqui, ó, bloquear o seu próprio cara, que já sai na vantagem.
¿Entendieron? Vamos.
The play called by Ruben Magnano is outside, and he made a point of putting his body between his players and the camera, because this is a play that he's going to be running in Mexico in a week, and he didn't want anybody to be able to see that play. And the other thing that his assistant Jose Neto was telling Benitez, hey, don't call it. We already know the play, so don't verbalize it.
Don't mention it.
Exactly.
Interesting. Now, Carlos, normally we've been very surprised that Magnano has been so equanimous in allowing us access to his timeouts here. Normally, he just doesn't like that. I mean, the history is Magnano doesn't like media in his time.
Right, but you see that you can tell that this is going to be an important play for him when he starts coaching the team next week. So he didn't want to give any options to the opponent to be able to watch it either live or on tape.
Gabriel Deck earned a silver medal in the under-16 Americas tournament in Mexico, averaging 20 points, 3rd in the tournament, 8 rebounds, 4th. He earned silver in the under-17 South American Championships in Cúcuta in Colombia. Played in the under-18 FIBA Americas Championships in San Sebastián, Brazil, and Argentina lost in the semi. Steal by Mainoldi.
Great pressure by Ricciotti. That forced the turnover. And then great pass ahead to Deck.
And Deck was the top scorer in the under-17 World Championships in Kaunas, Lithuania. 21.5 points in the under-17. Top scorer in the tournament, in the world.
This is the El Helado, El side. It's a misdirection play. Very well defended by Argentina, if I may say so.
Wow, what a shot by Fischer to beat that defense.
Yeah.
No choice but to shoot.
Exactly.
And he makes the basket.
They took away every option of the play. That was a one-on-one play with the shot clock going down.
Schotti. Equally comfortable with both hands. Mainoldi.
That's his shot right there.
He is a streak shooter. Most people are, but he is decidedly, pronouncedly so. You see Fischer shoving and pushing. Ricciotti saying,
no, everything's all right.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yep, fouls from Ricciotti. Very physical play, Carlos, but Fischer's not backing down.
No, none of them are. Both of them are just plain physical, and
let the referees handle it.
Yes. Fischer shoved Ricciotti, and Ricciotti made a gesture like that. That's okay. Nothing happened there.
Marino trying to strip, doing a heck of a defensive job on Benitez. Nice move by Mainoldi to touch that ball.
Great rotation.
Argentina would be proud. Here comes Ricciotti. Scola trying to get position on Batista. Wow. serious banging going on. And only hesitates. 9 seconds to shoot. Drives, pops, blocked by Mineiro.
Very good defense for Rafa.
Ooh, it's getting physical out there. 4-point game, halfway through the fourth. I'm telling you.
Dorino on the foul, and that's going to be Argentina's 13th foul.
Yep.
Brazil is already over the limit. 5 minutes to go in this game.
See Rafa lose again. Not dressed to play, Carlos. He played the first game a little bit. Hasn't played since. Giving Fisher major minutes.
And Fisher didn't play that well the first game against Puerto Rico, but he has been getting confidence with each game that has passed. He played pretty well last night against Canada. He's playing a lot better tonight against Argentina.
Second foul on Scola. So let's see what the point guard situation is. We've got loose. You figure he's going to go. And you've got Fisher. And then you also have Derek Ramos. With Benita, of course, being able to handle the ball.
Yeah, and then you have Danilo, which is the youngest, the youngster, 20 years old. Maybe.
Funny thing about Danilo, he's listed, again, listed, doesn't mean anything, listed as a small forward, but he really
he's a point guard.
Yeah, he's a point guard.
He hasn't played small forward in any of the games that we have seen.
Aprovitola, tough shot.
Good defense there by JP Batista helping on the pick and roll.
You're just going to have to pay the toll if you want to get through here. This game. Here comes Aprovitola guarding Fisher. Fisher must be exhausted after Ricciotti. Now it's Benitez. It's a fly by Ricciotti, makes the basket.
Great cut from the weak side. Ricciotti turned his head for a second to see where the ball was, and Benitez just cut in front of him, getting the pass and then being able to finish the play while he was being fouled.
Ricciotti, the guilty party. Yeah, he banked into him. And he took the, absorbed the contact, and now he makes a three-point play. Such a fine free throw shooter.
The lead goes back up to 9 points.
Mainoldi cuts it down to 6, just like that.
That's what he can do.
Yeah, he's desperately trying to stay between Marquinhos and the basket. He touches the ball, sends it out of bounds. He just measured him. He's waiting for that little dribble to extend the arm.
12 seconds on the shot clock now for Brazil, so Sergio Hernandez is letting his team know that they shouldn't foul now.
That was very early offense for Mainoldi in Argentina. Is he better served with that kind of a play? Just very early offense. He's had open shots late in the clock, and he doesn't make it.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
I saw Kimsa this year, Alvaro, and I saw that guy make shots after shot after shot.
Beautiful hustle by Aprovitola. Fisher simply lost track of time.
Let's put it this way. If Mainoldi wasn't the type of shooter that I'm telling you he is, Kimsa wouldn't have been the champion right now. He made very important shots in those semifinals and finals.
Aprovitola did the hardest things, and then he just wouldn't close the deal. He's just kicking himself. And they're down 6 with 3.5 to go. A foul by Mainoldi trying to reach in. Look at Aprovitola just mad at himself.
And now both teams are over the limit. So the first one that is going to take advantage of that is going to be Batista and Brazil.
So Nocioni left with 5 fouls with a couple technicals. Has Argentina done since?
They have been, I think they were down like 8 or 9 when Nocioni went out. So pretty much the same right now.
9 points, 5 rebounds, 4 turnovers for Nocioni as Batista makes both. Batista now with 12 points and 4 rebounds, 2 assists as well. Aprovitola drives and fouls on Batista. Are you getting the sense that Argentina's just figuring out, hey, let's just touch the paint with our right or left foot and see what happens? create some situations here.
Yeah, try to drive to the basket and knowing that the Brazil is a very physical team.
You see in the background on the left with a beard, the young Facu Campasso. Got a lower extremity injury of some sort, not serious. They're going to hold him out of this tournament, though. Makes the first. Brazil will rest tomorrow, and then they'll wrap up with the Dominican Republic on Thursday. Wrap up the tournament. Fisher hounded by Kraft. Corner shot for Marquinhos. Marquinhos drives into the lane. Boy, that was easy for JP Batista. Scola lost his footing.
And great use of the clock by Brazil, especially by Marquinhos. He started driving with about 7 seconds on the shot clock and made the pass, and they scored right at the buzzer.
Sergio Hernandez calls a timeout. His team is down 8 to Brazil.
Here is Marquinhos again, driving to the basket, drawing the attention of Luis Scola and just letting his teammate finish the play with a good pass.
No va a salir. Balón a Luis. Nico lo toca a Magnoli, viene al mano en mano. Luis te entrega ahí, 3 puntos. Próxima acción, próximo ataque. Juega él como 3, como 4, con 1. Empezamos por el lado de Luis como grande para regresar acá. Luis de este lado, de acá para la pinta de handoff y atacar con foul. Ahora te digo, 1, ¿sí? Empezamos con Luis, Magnoli. Que deja pasar y ataca el área. Él va a ir a la línea. ¿Vamos?
No, Coach Hernandez not only diagrammed the next play, he diagrammed the next 2 plays, and they're going to be different, one from the other. The first one is going to be a handoff, so Magnoli can take a 3-point shot. The second one is going to be a cross screen for Scola, and he just diagrammed both of them. So
Do you ever do that as a coach?
I don't think I had the players to do that. I mean, I have pretty smart players, but I would have never put 2 plays in a row for them. This is the handoff for the shot. Well defended by Brazil.
Switch. La Provida launches. Oh.
Great box out by Guilherme there.
Marquinhos picked up by Deck. Benitez misses this time, and there's a foul, and over the back foul by Cesar Augusto Lima, and he fouls Luis Scola.
And both teams, as we said before, are over the limit, so Scola will have 2 free throws.
No doubter. Scola will be playing for the Toronto Raptors next year. It's a 1-year, $3 million deal. It is reported as a multi-year deal. My understanding is that there is a number of team options along the way. There's 1-year guarantee. Luis says he's not done playing. He wants to keep playing. Why not? The Argentine League, Carlos, the way Argentina works is it's one of the most developed leagues in terms of coaching and player development. But we've talked about the infrastructure.
Yeah.
When it's a big country and it's got, you know, the north, then Buenos Aires, and then the south. But there are no direct flights between the cities. Typically have to make a stopover in Buenos Aires.
Yeah.
And that becomes time-consuming and expensive if there's contact but no foul.
Yeah, that was a flop. That was a big-time flop by Luis Scola.
I would interrupt the play right now and just dry out this spot because it's just wet. As Fisher makes the basket. Now we got to clean up. We're going to wait now until Argentina picks it up. Let's hope nobody slipped at this point. So for one of these Argentine players, as Scola goes in and out and they rotate, another slip. Offline pass inside to Scola. No good again. For some of these Argentine players who say play in the NBA, to go back and play a year in that league, it's a change.
It is.
It's a change
Definitely
from a logistics point of view.
Right.
Huge change. You have to basically get into buses and vans and drive 14 hours overnight after the game.
So essentially, you get spoiled by the NBA, and then you have to go back to play in a lesser situation.
Now this year, the league ended up getting a sponsorship from Aerolíneas Argentinas, and that's helped some. The scheduling's helped some, but still, it's not going to happen like that. Now, in the Brazilian league, you have a number of teams in Sao Paulo and Brasilia, so that they set up the schedule so that you could go visit a city and have a bunch of games.
Right.
And so it cuts down on your travel. No complaints there.
So essentially, right now, with an 8-point difference in favor of Brazil, 9 with the first free throw by Giovannoni. What Brazil is doing is that they are eliminating the neighbors from having an opportunity to win this tournament.
Yes, indeed.
They got eliminated earlier tonight when Canada won, and now they're going to do the same to Argentina.
And now with the free throw, he makes it a four-possession game with 1:15 to go. That's going to be hard right now.
Yes, sir.
Brazil's going to have to cooperate. Drive by Deck, quick ball taken away by Lima. You're looking at the clock saying, yeah, let's get rid of some time here.
He did something like that before, and it worked pretty well for him.
Nice.
By La Provitola.
Yeah, nice strip up front to Ricciotti. Gonna fly high. And he gets the foul from beneath it.
He can sky. He can leave. There's a pass ahead to Ricciotti. In the Endesa League, the ACB, they run alley-oops play for this guy.
In other words, he's a recipient of the alley-oop pass.
Yeah, and he's almost a highlight. He's in the highlight film almost every week for that Endesa League.
It's just you see someone leap that high above their height. It's remarkable.
It is.
We'll be back with Canaria, Tenerife, in the Endesa League.
1 out of 2 for him.
Chelsea with the behind the back strip attempt on Fisher. Marquinhos offline. Fisher with a rebound.
And that will be it.
Yeah.
Brazil is going to win their first game of this Tuto Marchand Cup, 2015.
They lost to Puerto Rico, they lost to Canada, and now they're going to beat Argentina 80-71 as Magnano and Sergio Hernandez congratulate each other. These are brothers here, or as they say in Portuguese, irmãos. Even though it's time to play each other, it's pretty tough and tense.
Right.
But it's an 80-71 Brazilian win, their first win in the 2015 Tuto Marchand tournament. Argentina now falls to 0-2, looking for their first win down the road in the tournament. Argentina will now play the Dominican Republic tomorrow and then close their tournament against Puerto Rico. I believe tomorrow we will have the Puerto Rico-Canada game. Should be a great one. Should be an absolute great one, and J.J. Barrera will be back for Puerto Rico. That will be interesting to see.
Yes, because
how
Puerto
he fits
Rico
in.
have been playing very well without him.
No report on the condition of Ronaldo Bachmann, who twisted his left ankle yesterday. And for Argentina, a nice start, a tense game, a tight first half. But there were 2 spurts in the second half, including one at the end of the game, where Brazil just got away.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I think that when the game got a little bit closer, Brazil put a little bit more pressure on defense, and I think that was the main ingredient for them to win tonight.
I think Argentina also, Carlos, committed way too many turnovers when it counted that were